Hello friends, my name is Praveen Nayak. Today I'm going to create a virtual machine and show you how we can do it easily and what is the optimum configuration we can use for it. So we'll go through the entire process. So if you like this video, then please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. So let's get started now. You can create virtual machine by going to this left menu, and you can see that there is a virtual machine link here. So if you click on this create button, it will take you to the virtual machine creation page. Now we are in this page where I will create a new resource group called as temp VM resource group. Now we will give a name for this virtual machine. So I will set it temp VM. Okay. Region I will leave it to West Europe. Availability options. Now this virtual machine can be part of a availability zone, or it can be part of a availability set. Now when it is part of a availability set, so the virtual machine will not be maintained on the same physical machine. So it will be maintained on two different physical machines in the same rack. So if the physical machine goes down, right, so it will not affect the other virtual machines. So it will only affect the virtual machine which is on that particular on that particular server, on that particular physical server. So if you're creating multiple virtual machines, then it is better to select this option, availability set. So in that case, all the virtual machines in this resource group will be made available through different physical servers on the same rack. Now, availability zone is where you can physically separate these machines across different buildings. So basically, so in different buildings or in different areas, they will be maintained. So in that way, it is kind of a more it is a better option compared to availability set, where you have the availability. It improves the availability of these servers due to fault in the network lines or domains or any other issues. Now you can see here this size. So by default, standard B1 size is selected, so we will leave it as it is. Now I have to enter one username password so that I can then use this username and password to log into this virtual machine. So the username, let's say temp VM user, temp VM user. So when you are creating this, just remember this password and the username because it will be useful to you when you later on log in to this virtual machine. So now we are creating this temp VM user. So when we create the virtual machine, this user will get created as well, temp VM user. Now here there is option called as RDP. So RDP, then there is HTTP, HTTPS. So we can select all these three. So connection to this virtual machine will be allowed on these three different ports. Now RDP is 3389, so it will be exposed to internet. It is only for testing purpose, but it is also exposed through HTTP and HTTPS. So you can also host web applications on this virtual machine and then access those applications through these ports. Okay, I don't have a license, so I'll not check this. We can leave it like that. Then let's go to disks. Now disks, so there are different options. Now here you can see SSD, premium SSD. You can also select normal HDD hard drive, which is the regular standard HDD hard drive. Then you have standard SSDs. So it's mentioned if you want like kind of high performance and it's a production environment, then go for premium SSD. As per Azure, you can see for dev and test, they are saying standard SSD is fine. And if you want to have some backups, like you have a lot of files or images, all those things you want to keep it as a backup, then you go for standard HDD. Let's in my case, let's select standard SSD. Okay, this is only for this demo. And then we will not select anything else here. We'll leave it as it is, default. Now let's go to networking. In networking, you can see it is saying that it will create the default virtual networks. Every VM has to be in a network so that it is accessible. So it will create a virtual network with this name, and it will assign a range, IP range, to this virtual network. There is a security group also. A basic security group will be created. It's called as NSG as well. And then all selected ports will be, inbound ports will be allowed. So these 3 ports which are selected here will be allowed. Okay, so we have one load balancing option here. You can place this virtual machine in the backend pool of an existing Azure load balancing solution. Okay, now I have not created any Azure load balancing solution, so I will leave it and let Azure create it, a default one for me. Next is management. We can leave these things as it is, so you can enable, like, these are the options where you can, or if you want auto shutdown feature or backups. For this demo it is not required, so we'll leave it as it is. Advanced, here also we can leave these things. Tags, so it is not necessary to create tags, but let's create one. And review and create, to validate everything. If there is any validation error, it will show us where it is, but it looks like it has passed. Yes, so it has passed. Now this will be the cost of creating this VM per hour cost. So if you are doing it in a trial, using your trial subscription for your learning, then I will recommend you to delete the resource group itself, so that no charge is incurred for you. So once you have learned, once you have practiced, so you can go ahead and delete the resource group. So here in the screen you can see all the things which we have selected, and the default ones are coming up here, so you can review it if you want. And if you are satisfied, what we can do is we can just click on create button. It will take a while to create it. A virtual machine has been created now. So if we go to the resource group which you created earlier, then you can see that this resource group contains all the resources which were created as part of this virtual machine creation process. So you can see network security group, public IP address, virtual machine, virtual network, network interface, etc. So what we can do now is we can go to the virtual machine, and you can see the basic things about this machine, and you can see here a summary of it. If you want to RDP to this virtual machine, then you have to go to connect, and here you can see there is a download RDP file. Okay, so you can download this file. If you click it, like I clicked it, now it is getting downloaded. So you can click it and double click that RDP file, enter your username, password which you have provided earlier, and that's it. You will be able to log into the virtual machine. If you or else what you can do, you can just type mstsc in your uh, run prompt. It will open remote desktop connection window, and there you can enter this IP address and port number. So IP address colon port number, and then the username and password which you provided earlier, and then login. The username basically is this one, temp VM user. So you can see it here. Uh, so that is the way you can RDP to this machine. So that's all I wanted to show you, and if you have any questions or comments, then please let me know and I will respond to you. Thanks a lot for watching the video.